Me to start it and introduce you?
Hey, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. We're going to have chop night of a 2021 RZR S Turbo 4-seater here at Rocky Mountain Speed and Fab. We got background noise over here. Want to thank Jeff behind the camera tonight, Hopper, our fab guy, Zach, our marketing guy, and you don't get to see a lot of me. I'm Joe. Quick shout out to my wife who's on vacation on the beach right now. Hopefully she's watching. Hello, Jennifer and Bria and my grandson Gunner. Quick shout out to our sponsors. Warren Industries is a major sponsor of us, being in fabrications. ITP Tires. Cage Works helped us out with our cage that we actually had to cut in half because they couldn't produce it 12 inches shorter for me. A real quick of why we're doing this. I've had a lot of questions on why are you taking a 4-seater and turning it into a 12-inch shorter wheelbase? Well, it's because we want the wheelbase to be 105 inches. The 2-seater is too short in my opinion for Ultra 4 racing in the 4900 class. The 4-seater in my opinion is too long. I could have gone to a Pro. I'm really haven't not used to the idea of having a Pro. I like the XP chassis. I've got one sitting beside me here. That's my rock crawler. So it all goes back to combination car. 4900 car, you spend most of your time in the rocks, so we want it to be rock crawler capable, but also be able to run the desert high speed. So in my mind, 105 inches is the ideal wheelbase. That making it, we're gonna pull 12 inches out of the frame. That's what we're doing tonight. We're gonna stream live, us cutting the frame. We've done a bunch of other work to the car already. We're also waiting on a lot of other parts. Also want to thank HCR. They're another one of our major sponsors. Sandcraft is another one of our sponsors, and we're still waiting for answers on a couple of other sponsors. So stick with us tonight. Hopefully it won't be too boring or too loud, but enjoy as we cut a brand new Turbo S 2021 RZR in half. Stay tuned for more.
There's no stay tuned. They're still right here.
Okay.
Get to work.
We're going to be live. So Hopper and I are going to start cutting. We've got everything marked out. I'm a super techie guy, so I've got measurements written in just about every location I can. I've got all of my cut points marked. Order of processes. We got to cut the brackets off first. Cage comes back off. We're pulling out these middle section gussets temporarily. They will go back in. But we have to pull these out to access our cut points. So anyhow, we're going to get started, and Jeff and Zach are taking over.
Maybe talk to Hopper. They know who Hopper is.
Always remember your ear pro.
How used is that?
Used enough to be broken in, but not too used to be ineffective.
And that's Hopper Becker. Zach's still sitting over here on the couch. Hi, Mom.
Zach, here are GoPro's on. right there.
That was like the share button.
So you didn't? I didn't see that.
Did you figure out how to share what we're doing right now, Zach?
Well, I'll tell you in a minute. They want me to share it as Rocky Mountain Speed and Fab. How do I share it as me?
Right post.
You have 11 people on.
I know. If I can see it on here. Her dad wanted to join. I don't know how that works. Like, see his face on here. Do you have little glasses over there?
There will be downtimes where it's not so loud.
Don't tell anybody.
You want to take that cage off, or are you able to cut around it?
What's that?
You want to take the cage off, or you want to keep going like you're going?
Well, I'm gonna cut a little bit more here, and then be pounding on it. So I just came in and did a slip cut underneath, went into the tubing a little bit, and then just came just like you did, and I just connected this. Yeah.
Hopper, your girls went to the other room because it was too loud for them.
Yeah. Here, let me comment. So obviously this is pretty loud, lots of sparks, you know, all that jazz. In the downtime, me and Jeff will do some talking about stuff that we got, what our theories are. So just, you know, bear with us while we're grinding. We're not going to grind all night long. Well, maybe we're going to grind all night long. I don't know.
I'm grinding all night long.
I threw that out there for him. So if you're wondering where we're at Joe's shop. We're here in Tabernash, Colorado. Nobody probably knows where Tabernash, Colorado is unless you live in Grant County, but it's just a nice little town here between Winter Park, Colorado, Granby, Colorado. That's where all of us live. Joe owns this sweet big shop. He was nice enough to give us a very small portion of it. We moved all of his crap that was here over to there. And so we got this nice crack-free section to work in. It's pretty awesome. You might also notice that Joe is a hoarder of tires. There's no short of 50 tires probably in this room. So that's something that's important with these race cars. You know, we spent a long time internally and with some other guys that we race with talking about tires. What we decided to run with was a 35-inch tire. That was the first thing that we decided. And then we decided who we wanted to run or who we wanted to talk to. And Joe reached out to ITP. A lot of you guys with Turbo S's know that you get 32-inch ITPs with your stock Turbo S. We did as well. We sold those. And we went with these 35-inch ITPs. Good tires, good tread. We think they'll hold up well in the desert. Bang away, man. Whatever. For the record, this is our first ever Facebook Live video. So sorry. This is what you're not supposed to do with a straight screwdriver, right?
On this side.
I'm pretty sure my dad taught me when I was 5 years old not to use your screwdriver.
Well, this is a sacrificial screwdriver. So I'm loose on the bars on the outside. I'll probably have to do the same thing.
We lost some viewers. We're down to 8.
Now we're at 17.
What?
I have to cut into here a little more.
I borrow that screwdriver.
There you go.
I think we're about to the point where we're just going to pull the cage.
Yeah, I got finished working on this front weld here.
Okay, I'm just, if I can pull the cage off, I can hammer on the top here and it'll peel right off.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
So we gonna pull the cage?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're only going to be able to move that so far. Shout out to Aaron. He's one beer into this live episode at home in Wyoming.
Hey,
Poor guy.
welcome to Rocky Mountain Chop Shop. How you doing, buddy?
I think Sam's on the feed.
the shop. We got bills to pay. All right. So I got these undone. I got these fronts.
We don't have to do those. That's not coming off.
All right.
You should let the two tall guys probably lift up the back.
No, the two short guys have the long legs.
You go out, not just up.
Any screwdriver in there?
Nope. There we go. Don't scratch it.
Did you explain that the cage was already cut?
The cage is already cut. Because Joe can't wait for us to be here to do things.
So they send us a paint and powder coat before or after.
I think it's still touched.
Still a test. Hopper, give me your eyes because I don't have my glasses on. The old glasses. I don't have my glasses on, Greg. I got my OSHA and Snell rated contact lenses in. Probably use a screwdriver to pop it. Can you take the white marker and mark it? That's the right one. And mark an arrow on the front.
Where's your white marker?
It's on the table. Oh, you see, you cut.
Yeah.
Cut up. Do you have the one with the wonky slit?
No, mine cuts off on the bottom.
Camera and put it like on the bar or something?
Yeah, I just kind of turned it up on there, but
Oh no, okay.
Gotta cut the frame open a little bit, but that's alright.
That's what welders are for.
Used.
It's still solid right under at that crotch. Okay. Must be a little spot back here, Hopper.
something like that. that, you think?
So this is probably the hardest part of the night, is getting these brackets off, because we have to reuse these brackets, so we can't do anything. Let me do some measuring here. Yeah. See, I got Hopper because I need somebody to come behind me and finish my work. That's better than I am. All right, now this one is left and front is arrow. Making my 12-inch cut. There's a reason we pulled those brackets, is because I want my cuts and my bungs under these brackets, because it's the strongest point. And measure twice, cut once hopefully, right down the center. All right, Hopper. Now we either have to take these out, unless you think we can do a plunge cut up into this one, and a plunge cut down into this one.
Yeah, probably can.
And leave this in place. When we bring the frame back together, this point comes into here, because I don't want to sacrifice this bracket here, even though we're going to X-brace this all the way through and fill it in with reinforcing brackets. This guy lands right here. This guy lands right here. So I think what I'm going to do on my side is I'm going to do a plunge cut and a cut and a cut and a plunge cut and a cut and a cut and a cut and a cut.
So you're gonna plunge down, plunge up, and then cut across?
Try to cut this out if there's enough wheel to go all the way through. We're gonna come up into here a little bit, but I think that's okay.
Yeah, so cut here.
Yep.
And then just up into here.
Yeah, and then this is your other cut. But before we make these two cuts, let's make this cut,
Okay.
and let's make this cut.
Okay, these two first.
Yep.
All right.
So we're literally gonna cut a $25,000 razor in half. And we're gonna put it on the internet.
I'm letting Joe make the first cut.
Excellent call.
I mean, a bottle of champagne? I mean, is it like a ship, or what do you do? Maybe that's when we're done.
Yeah, smash something against it.
Okay.
it just popped to 60 for the minute.
Yep. So. While they're grinding. I would love for someone from Polaris to clarify if we still have a factory warranty. If anybody from Polaris is watching this, please let us know if this might or might not void our factory warranty. That would be great information for us to have. Half a mile on the machine. Time to change tool. We 100% just used a Sawzall because we're all about precision, right?
Salvo, Bill.
What's that? I'm gonna finish cutting at the saw.
Yeah, that actually worked pretty good. Because I'm out of space around this fuel tank. Yeah, I was the same way.
Yes, sir.
Yep. You have to plug it in.
Oh,
Sorry. Yep. It's like handing you a gun with no ammo in it.
that's so rude.
Sorry. Okay, Hopper, I'm gonna pull this brace here because it's actually in the way to cut. Okay, I'm gonna finish this cut and then I'll be out of here. Once we cut these two, then we can cut these two here,
Yep.
and the frame will pull away from itself.
How do you flip the camera back around? Oh, yeah. All right, guys, so we're cutting. It's loud, it's noisy. I go in here, it gets a little bit quieter. Hey, thanks everybody for watching. We know this is like kind of tedious and probably boring. We're trying to entertain you a little bit here. We just want to thank everybody. Joe kind of explained the why we're doing this. Let me kind of explain to you the how we got here part. A lot of guys we could blame for this, thank for this, whatever you want to say. Basically, our buddies up in Wyoming, they got us started on all this by inviting us to King of the Hammers. And I went to King of the Hammers with Hypoxic and Champ Racing 2 years ago. I came back, I told these guys, man, you've got to go, you've got to see this. And I took Joe and Jeff with me this year, and we again helped Hypoxic, and we helped Champ Racing. We helped Josh Smith Racing. We helped Berserk Off-Road, one of the only Honda Talons in the race. And when we got back, Joe said, damn, we ought to do that, guys. To which our response was, Joe, we don't have any money. We can't afford to do this. But he was cool, and he said, we're going to make this happen. This is kind of something we're all into. It's kind of a dream for all of us. So Joe said, let's build a race car. So I'm going to blame you, Chase and Dan at Hypoxic and Matt Peterson at Champ Racing. This is all your fault. If Polaris has a problem with us cutting this brand new machine in half, you guys are the ones they need to call. We've had a blast hanging out with these guys, getting to know these guys. We've pitted for them in a few races. And really, it was the reason why we wanted to build an Ultra 4 car. Ultra 4 is not a regular race series. Everybody in Ultra 4 is family. Everybody helps everybody else. And we love that. Like I said, I just got invited along, and Chase and Dan and Matt really took me in, and they have taken these guys in and helped us a lot. It's been awesome to kind of tag along with Josh Smith. Look him up, man, because this kid is going somewhere. Just finished third at the area BFE beatdown, and he's invited us into his shop a couple times. He was supposed to be here tonight. Something about snow on I-70 and a bunch of semi-trucks and ditches. Boo-hoo. You're from Colorado, Josh. You know how to drive on this stuff. But again, we just want to thank all those guys because they're really the ones that got us started in this, and they're helping us. You know, we're all working together at these races. This is not something that 3 or 4 guys can do. This takes a full team. You got to have guys in the pits. You got to have people ready to hand you ham sandwiches because you only have 10 minutes to eat. You got to have people handing you drinks. There's a lot of logistics to get into these races and to make these things happen. And so along with Berserk and Champ and Apoxic and Josh Smith Racing, you know, we've really kind of just piggybacked off of those guys. And it's been great that they've let us do that. Hopefully they're going to keep letting us do that because that's our big hope on finishing some of these races. We won't be able to do it without them. Of course, you know, we all obviously have to thank our wives. I think they know that if they didn't let us do this, we would go crazy. So we may see our wives at the race. We may not. Word is there's going to be a pretty sweet vacation to Palm Springs for some of them next February while we're all in the desert. But we got to get there first, guys. So let's go back. We'll check in and see what these guys are, where they're at right now. So I just got a text, and I'll ask these guys since they're the one doing it. We seem to be throwing an awful lot of sparks around that fuel tank, fellas.
I made sure the cap was on tight, and made sure my life insurance policy was up to date.
And Hopper's a firefighter, so
I'm
we're
a
not worried about it.
Firefighter. I'm
You know
allowed
what?
to do
That was
this.
a good catch, but we've drained the tank and washed it out, so we're good to go.
Yeah.
We are sticking with the stock fuel tank on a Polaris RZR, which is just a plastic tank. If we wanted to bump up and run best in the desert, we would have to put a fuel cell in. Fuel cells aren't cheap, so we're going to wait and do that later. This is going to pass Ultra 4 tech inspection the way it is. But that was a good observation. That is just a plastic fuel tank keeping the sparks out of the fuel. Good observation, guys. Keep the questions and the comments coming. I'm trying to watch it, trying to keep up on it. So far, it looks like our parents and our siblings and Aaron are doing a great job of watching. And I see Sam's out there, Sam Little. He went to the race. He pitted for us in February. I'm sure he's getting a pretty good kick out of this because he knows how ridiculous this is. But, yeah, what else? Who else is out there watching, guys? I see a lot of folks I don't know. Oh, dude, that's freaking weird. Don't do that. That creeps me out. I see Josh commenting that you were stuck in I-70. Boo-hoo. Oh, there's my wife. She's commenting. I see Tiffany Yoder out there. Alan
What's
Yoder's,
up, Tiffany?
Alan Yoder's wife. Man, you want to talk about somebody who is pretty good to their husband. Alan Yoder could be a hard guy to live with, right? I don't see Alan watching this, so we can trash talk him a little bit.
Tiffany Yoder's a nice lady.
Yeah, she is. She's a saint.
What's up, Adam?
Adam Hemrick, he's the co-driver for Berserk Racing and the Honda Talon. That dude ran more winch rope and literally lifted and carried that Honda Talon over rock sections on his back.
Mad hustle.
We watched it, and even after that, Jeff agreed to be the co-driver for this deal.
You're my role model.
I didn't think Adam would be able to even walk back to the camper that night, guys. He was whipped after hammers. Let's see. Oh, hey, Aaron says precision won't matter after we take this thing through Jackhammer. Jackhammer is one of the obstacles at King of the Hammers.
As long as it stays together.
Yeah, we just needed to stay together. That's it. Let's see who else is out there commenting. Oh, there's Megan Becker, Hopper's wife.
What? Megan on here?
Bob Bowman.
Megan, did you do the dishes?
Oh,
Watching you.
Hey, we did not say that. He said that.
I said, watching you, woman.
Let's see. Sounds like Joe's whole family is watching from vacation. Man, there's probably 100 better things you could do on vacation than watch this, right? Maybe this is why you guys are on vacation, Bria. You don't want to be here for this. Oh, now Alan Yoder is watching. Oh, well, the great Alan Yoder, he kind of helps Josh Smith out a little bit, staying organized, making sure things happen over there, but you really want to know what Alan Yoder is good at. He's good at making some Mickey Mouse pancakes. That's his specialty. But he, on a serious note, he also is the one that puts on the Taylor Park RZR Rally. Changed the name this year. We are not inclusive to what kind of machine you ride. It is now the Taylor Park UTV Rally. You guys ought to check it out. We go out to Taylor Park for a week in August. It's a great rally. That's actually how I met all these guys. The guys from Wyoming, Alan, Bobby, his family, guys that we camp with and we ride with all the time. We all met at the RZR Rally, the UTV Rally in Taylor Park. Great riding. Also, you got to hit up Corey Nassau when you're up there, man. He's over in Pitkin. He runs an awesome shop. Rents these things out. Like, you can just walk up to his shop and rent one of these and hit the trails. He kind of helps out Levi Shirley a little bit out in Dodge City. Again, all guys that we met through Ultra 4. Yeah. So, what else? What other kind of comments you guys got? You think that we're crazy? I mean, Joe's crazy. I guess we're crazy because we're friends with him, right? So, let's go see where we're at.
All right, in about 2 minutes, this is going to be 2 halves.
So we just running the Sawzall all the way through
I'm
here?
going to run it through here on an angle. Once we get these out, once you get past these welds, it'll come loose. Or I can go under here with the creeper also.
And to clarify, these are literally the only 2 bars halfway holding this into one piece.
All right, guys, I put tension on this jack. The rear end is unloaded. The front end, I think, is good.
Everybody paid for their insurance this month, right?
Ask my wife.
I signed a non-disclosure.
The
I'm not required to speak about it.
yeah.
Is that how that works?
Yes,
3 of us are government employees, so I'm sure that this great country of ours will take care of us if we do something really stupid right now and someone gets hurt, right? What could go wrong?
Public servants.
Uncle Joe has got our back, guys.
That goes in that hole right there. All right, the last cut, guys. Just a touch, like you could probably separate with
Hey.
a screwdriver.
Jeff, maybe you want to come stand right here.
Let me get out from under.
Yeah, just because you're underneath there. We are slightly safety conscious, guys. If it starts to go, just kind of maybe grab ish there. we should be good.
Yeah, we're free on this side.
My wife made a good comment there. Uncle Joe doesn't owe us anything. It's all about Papa Joe, right?
There, we're free.
All right, guys.
Look at that.
We
Woohoo!
got 2 halves of a razor.
Dangity. Look at us go. Hey, it's articulating. It's like a rock truck.
Yeah. We just put a pivot in the middle.
Yep.
Shoot, she's probably still stiffer than your XJ.
Why you gotta be like that, man?
All right. The only cuts that we got to make are these 2 here. But right now we've got 2 halves. And keep in mind, we'll square up all of our cuts. Hopper will machine all the bungs. He'll take home the pieces tonight, mic everything out, make our connection bungs.
Put you on the old South Band.
Thanks for watching, for everyone that hung with us tonight. This is fun.
Heck yeah.
I think as much fun as racing.
So you might notice again that we did do a little prep work here. You'll see our coolant lines. We cut the coolant lines. Oh, that light's in a terrible spot, isn't it? But
This one?
yeah, here, I'll come over to Hopper's side. We cut the coolant lines previous to tonight. Basically, we're just going to slip joint those back together. Nothing too crazy there. We also already took our drive shaft down to a great place in Denver. I'm sure this guy's not watching us on Facebook. Bill's Drive Shaft Shop.
Bill's Englewood Drive Shaft.
Yep, he's in Englewood, Colorado.
Hell yes.
We took our stock drive shaft. We told him, hey, man, we want to make this thing 12 inches shorter. Joe went to lunch, came back. He had it done for us. For now, we're going to use that for mock-up and for test drives, possibly for the first race in Montana. And then we'll upgrade to a little bit heavier duty drive shaft for hammers for sure. Our plan here as a team is kind of to get out and run a couple of races before King of the Hammers, because we do not want to show up in California untested. So we're going to be at the Ultra 4 race in Montana in June. We're going to be at the Ultra 4 race in Sturgis in August. And word from Ultra 4 is they're going to relocate the Nationals in October. So we're not sure where we're going yet in October. But we are going to run those 3 races in shakedown mode for hammers. Yeah, you can see. These guys haven't even had anything to drink yet tonight. Just eating greasy, nasty pizza. So that's kind of our plan for the races. We think it's a good idea. Oh, man. You know, I go back to my previous comment about all the sparks by the gas can. There may be some fumes in this shop right now. Hopper may have breathed all those in, or that's just how he is. If you're really bored, go to YouTube. Check out the channel Doing Stuff with Hopper. That's Hopper's YouTube channel. My father-in-law, Danny, loves it. Says it's one of the best shows on YouTube. You guys should check it out. In his last episode, he gave everybody a tour of the Granby sewer plant. And why not? Let's see, who else? Yeah, so you can see, oh. Man, I don't know if you guys can even hear me while we're grinding, but I'll keep going through some of our stuff, showing you what we're running. Right here, we got our nice B&M Fab front bumper. We're gonna run their front bumper. We're gonna be running a Warn 5500 UTV winch. We're gonna go with the external mount on that front bumper. That way Jeff doesn't have to get his hands all tangled up on an internal winch mount while he's working his butt off at King of the Hammers. He's gonna lose some weight. Jennifer's gonna like that. But yeah, so BM Fab, they hooked us up. They make some great stuff, man. We really love the welds. It's just a couple of guys in a shop in Minnesota, and that's the kind of guys we are too, so we really appreciate that. Warn helped us out big time, guys. Those guys are at the races. They're there for racer support. We love Warn, and we run Warn winches on all of our personal rigs, plus our race car. We wouldn't go any other way. Big shout out to them. They didn't even balk at helping us out, even though we're a new team and we have no experience. So we're really appreciative to them. Shoot, for everybody that's helped us out from that point. You know, we've never done this. We're really green. We've seen it done on TV, but that doesn't mean anything, right? So big thanks to all the companies that are helping us out, all the guys that we call that are willing to talk through tech and support with us and just kind of explain things. You know, that's been big. Sounds like Aaron had so many beers that he burnt the hamburgers on the grill. Come on, man. Go down to Murdoch's, buy yourself a Pit Boss grill. Don't ever have that problem again. If anybody from Pit Boss is watching, feel free to email us. We'd love to have a sponsorship from you guys too. But that's one company that we just didn't get to sponsor us. Hopper reached out to his favorite company in the whole world, Nathan's Hot Dogs. They said they weren't really into the off-road racing. I can't understand why, but they said they'd be happy to tag us or let us tag them in any social media. So big shout out to Nathan's Hot Dogs, even though they wouldn't sponsor Hopper. Somebody needs to get to corporate and have a discussion about that. All right, let's see what's up.
Oh no, you mean plunge all the way down to separate it completely?
I mean, if I did the Sawzall, who cares if there's a notch here and here? Weld it right up.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking you're going to cut through there?
Well, I've got to cut this tube all the way through. And with a 4-inch angle grinder, you can't make it all the way through. So you either got to take the time to take this whole thing out, or you just got to do a slot cut down through it.
And then we can patch that later when we put it back in.
Yeah, and most of this is going to have new gussets.
Yep. Going to be over gusseted, over braced. We've seen the carnage that we could bring on ourselves here at some of these races. Rumor is there's some great video footage of Josh Smith launching his RZR off of some pretty sweet rock walls in Moab, area BFE from a couple weeks ago.
You don't say.
Yep, I just watched it.
Did say.
Oh, Hopper, hey, we really should talk to Carhartt. Carhartt should sponsor your pocket shirts. Here we go.
Get it through?
All the way through.
Sweet. Button up for safety.
So, it's not like we just threw this together, guys. We've spent the last month. We spent the last. Oh, Hopper, come on, man. Did you get it?
Got it.
All right, we've spent the last month planning this out. Our text thread has to have at least 500,000 messages going through it between the four of us. So we had a pretty good plan. We knew the plan would get altered a little bit. We're cool with that. But hey, we're not just winging it here. It's not like you can just go to the internet and ask how to do this. Not a lot of guys have done this. A few guys have reached out to us that have done it. So that's cool, but you know, if you've never met Joe Gould, you know. He don't want to do something that somebody else has done. This is going to be a one-off deal, and hopefully it works, and we'll see what happens from there. Need a bigger hammer. Big hammer? Regular hammer?
Regular hammer, it's got the screwdriver.
The most technical tool we will use all night. We will incorrectly use a straight screwdriver. Everybody's grandfather is rolling over in their graves watching Hopper do this with a screwdriver.
I still got some grinding to do, fellas.
Oh, look at that, look at that. Hold that up as a trophy. Right now, every engineer that works for Polaris Industries is cringing at what we are doing. I see my father-in-law Danny's on here. I saw my dad on here earlier. Hey, I just want to say, it's great to see you old folks out there on Facebook world watching our live videos. I guess they said, what they said was true. Old people can use the internet. Good job, guys. We're glad you're on here. Shoot us some questions, guys. Shoot us some comments. Ask us anything unrelated to even the razor.
Yeah, I'm gonna sawzall it.
Yep.
And then I gotta do this cut and this cut and this cut. And we're just gonna keep these brackets right in place.
Okay.
When this has to come up, then we'll make a zip in here. All right, here we go.
Did it get rolled? You good?
Hey, I'm good. Where's the battery? How do I know where your battery's at? No, we're good. This is more entertaining than actually cutting, right?
You laughed at me for bringing a sawzall, and I told you I'd use it.
Guys, I begged him to use real tools to cut this. Back in the day, I used to build houses, and I didn't even like using a sawzall then. And that's what it's designed for. But hey, Papa Joe says we can cut this thing in half with a sawzall. We're doing it.
For real though, if there's any people out there with like tool sponsorships or hookups like that, we could use some tools. Like my grinder, you have to keep holding the button to keep it running. And yeah.
And you ought to see Joe's toolbox.
No, you don't. You do not. That's embarrassing.
So shout out to Snap-on, Boxo Tools, Gear Wrench, any of you guys. We would be happy to rep you.
Not Harbor Freight. Although Harbor Freight now has a 24-karat gold-plated 3/4-inch ratchet drive. Think about that one for a minute.
Lifetime warranty, I'm sure.
is where I would have this on, but so on here and all this is off.
That's a lot of sparks, guys. Some of you might notice right next to the razor we're working on, we got another razor. That's Joe's personal ride. That's a 2018, I think, Razor 4 XP1000. Stock, no turbo, nothing crazy. He did get a little nuts on the suspension work on this thing. He's got the 4-inch portals from Super ATV, the full Super ATV A-arm setup. This thing's made to go slow and go over some crazy rocks. It's a nice razor. She makes a lot of noises. She creaks a lot, you know. She belongs to an old man, so what do you expect?
Time for a new wheel.
I was requested to update what we're doing here. These are horrible. What we're doing is cutting. We're trying to cut 12 inches out of our wheelbase so it's longer than a 2-seater, shorter than a 4-seater, because my wife has no idea what we're doing. So that's what we're doing. We're cutting in half, then putting it back together so it's shorter than a 4-seater, longer than a 2-seater. So we're gonna rock it out next year. Actually, this year.
Yeah. Jennifer, in your defense, we don't really know what we're doing either, so that's totally understandable. Yeah. You've seen that we're using safety equipment, safety first here at Rocky Mountain Speed and Fab, eyeglass, eye protection, ear protection, blah, blah, blah. Here's some other cool safety features we got this week. We got us some OMP racing seats from down in Denver, Wine Country Racing. They sold us the seats. So we got some nice seats here. We had to go with the extra wide seat. Apparently Jeff and Joe have big asses. So we also got these sweet harnesses. We went with a Clevis style, a little bit easier to get in and out of. Those are going to be 6-point harnesses. 2-inch wide fabric, 6-point harness. Boys are going to be sucked down into that seat so tight they're not going to go anywhere. So that's a cool deal. We've still got fire suits coming. We've got gloves, we've got shoes, we've got helmets. We've got comm systems. We've got a nav system that we're going to run. We got a lot of stuff that we still got coming. We got a full suspension on the way from HCR Suspension. What else are we running? We're going to run L&W radius rods in the back. We're running some... oh, holy cow, that razor's moving a lot. I hope that was you guys wiggling that.
Yeah. What was that?
That was you guys wiggling that, right?
Yeah.
Give it a wiggle.
I'm trying to get this last piece off. I'm just hung up somewhere. And I can't see it.
Which one you need bigger?
Little. Using a screwdriver packet.
On the couch.
I got one little guy hung up over here somewhere.
Tap it with a hammer up, maybe on the back side.
Screwdriver? He needs that, I think.
There, you got another one.
Why not? We'll screw up 2 screwdrivers instead of 1.
They're brand new.
All right. Tad bit more.
This is not on the jack stand.
No, it's on the jack underneath.
Okay, I got that.
Ah, I missed that little bugger right there. Watch yourself, Zach.
All right, I got a pile of these going because we got to mic everything. Make our bongs.
Why don't you put it back on the jack stand?
Yeah, I can let it down on the jack stands now. You guys ready?
Yeah, they look good. Just makes me nervous when you guys were. That's a lot better.
All right.
Better-ish.
Oh, good. Now it just rolls right away.
What the heck? What have we done?
It's front wheel drive. Ish.
All right. We're going to go ahead and cut these, and we're done for tonight.
Those are the hard ones. We saved the hardest for last.
Yeah, well, we got it separated.
What's funny is when Joe and I met on Tuesday, we said, hey, let's cut those first. Whatever. Game plan change.
It's being fluid.
Speaking of fluids, you'll see there are no fluids on the ground.
All right.
Gender is fluid.
You got the other one of these?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
We're also taking about 10 pounds of tubing out of the frame to add about 300 or 400 in other parts.
Science.
Do you have any string?
String, you see what I came up with for
I
string
want to tie
here?
these up now. This is a beautiful holder, but I'd also like to hold these up.
Need like a bungee maybe or
Or something,
clamp?
just to keep this away so it doesn't hit the top of my grinding wheel. Safety first, responsibility second.
All right, I guess I'm gonna make that cut.
Well, you want me to? I'll just hold it up for you, and then you can hold it for me.
That's awfully close to that tub. See that?
Yep.
I'll make the rest of that cut. Well, do I got enough room?
Probably.
If you hold everything up. The problem is I'm blind. Ready? Did I get all the way through?
Yep.
Bingo. So another shout out to an awesome company that does not sponsor us, but gives us these free addict drinks at all race events, Monster Energy. It's your fault that we're addicted to these things.
And you didn't bring any for us.
Well, I have extra in my truck, but they were really for me and I just didn't want to share, so sorry guys. You should have planned better.
And this here, that's the last piece to come out.
Alan Yoder says, measure twice, cut once. Well, we
I measured 100 times.
Yeah, we measured a bunch of times, Alan. Thanks for nothing, buddy.
All right, we done?
Probably.
I mean, it's in two pieces, right? So
Yeah. We're done for the night, guys.
Yeah.
So, guess what? The good news is, look what came out.
The bungs.
Did yours? Hey, cap of the bungs.
they just touched bungholes. I saw that. That's going on the internet. You can't ever take that off the internet.
Are we done going live?
Well, I guess.
And then you feel inside, Joe. It's nice and smooth. Remember we were concerned
I
about
was
if
worried
there's
about
any
those
intrusion?
welds coming from that other tube.
Yeah, so that's a super big plus.
So we'll square all these up like I said before. We clean everything up, machine the bungs. At high stress points, I go 6-inch long on the bungs and actually do a taper at the end of the bungs, because if you do a square inside a square, it's prone to crack right there. So you do a little taper to relieve a little stress in case you have movement in the tube. But that's really all we got. Hopper will machine those. We'll come back. We've got to wire up a plug for his 220 welder. I have 220 right here, but I don't have the right outlet for him. Wire that up, and this thing will go back together. Pretty exciting.
Do you want to roll it back?
What's that?
You want to roll this back?
I think it's about all we can do because it's still connected to brake lines.
Yeah, I mean, we can roll it back and you get an idea what it's going to look like. So you just got to hold these off.
Yeah.
You lift it right over. Mine came over the top. you weren't so precise in your cuts.
I know.
Well, I think the wheels are getting hung up.
No, he's hung up on that.
Yeah, I'm hung up on this.
You want some muscle over there?
It's all good.
I want to see it together.
Oh, but never mind. We need some muscle then. Gotta lift it, pull it my way. There we go.
Of course, we got to cut these still. That comes over the top there. So once we cut the rest of this bracket out, that slides together. So right there, it's 8 inches shorter. Modify this bracket so it comes into this bracket, 12 inches out of the frame in the 2021.
And then two pieces. We got pieces to connect here. We connect these back together.
Yep.
Bada boom, bada bing.
I'm sure the 12 of you that are watching this at home totally understand what we're looking at here and totally comprehend how the structure of this works. I am being heavily sarcastic because I know that no one that I know, other than maybe Alan Yoder and Aaron, know what this looks like. But now it's on the internet.
It's all over the interweb.
The interwide web of cultures.
So in essence, we're going to have a 2-seater super cab. All of our tools will be stored back here, drive shafts, extra parts. Spare tire goes back on a rack that we're going to build that goes on the back of the CageWorks cage with integrated rear bumper, just like my rock crawler.
Some people might refer to this as a Turbo X. No? Still not sold on that?
Turbo?
Turbo.
Turbo
X.
X.
No? Not quite?
Yeah. You gotta find something that rolls off the tongue.
It doesn't sound like turd.
I can't say turbo.
Turbo. Blah, blah.
I mean,
what
it's
happened to the
better than
ignition key?
Steve,
Who
right?
pulled the ignition key out?
Well, I didn't want to short the battery out with any kind of electrical current through the frame.
Oh, well, the battery's gone.
Yeah, see, I didn't even pull the key out. I just said that.
All right, guys.
Sweet.
Well, man, that was a fabulous hour and a half of watching us do a bunch of grinding. Who did we not give shout-outs out to tonight? I think we shouted out at about every race team and racer that we know, all the companies that are helping us out.
Trying to get us all this aftermarket assassins on board.
Yep, we're going to have to run a little bit of a tune on this. I don't know.
Raceline, we're using Raceline wheels.
Yeah.
I run Raceline on both my rigs. OMP.
Yep, we
OMP's gonna.
talked about seats for a little
Okay,
bit.
run out our cab.
Wine Country Racing hooked us up with those.
Yeah, those guys, they were so knowledgeable. You go in, and I don't know if you shared, but they knew, like, they looked at me and said, yeah, you're a short, fat guy. Here is your size. And they were dead on. They knew which brand was going to fit my body the best. Kind of same with Jeff. So shout out to those guys down in Denver. Anything else, gentlemen?
Well, I guess we can expect legal emails from Polaris tomorrow. We'll probably be in litigation for chopping up a brand new machine like this, but
Yeah, somebody said that I was going to avoid my warranty.
No.
I don't know. I don't see why.
we know the world's best Polaris dealer. I don't even know if we should say his name on this because he's not even on the internet. He's underground.
Dark web.
Oh, well, no, he's racing in Baja.
Oh, he is racing.
Yeah,
in
he's
Baja.
racing his dirt bike on a 1,200-mile ride with 80 other guys from San Diego down to Cabo. A ride that I wanted to do like 4 years ago, and I can't do that anymore. So now I'm going to do this.
But I'll say it, Woody. If you want us to say your name on the live feed, you got to give us some more free stuff, man. Hook us up, Woody. What else? I'm not even looking at the comments right now.
It's cool.
Don't worry, all 12 people know us and they have no comments. They have no questions about who we are because they are family. But it's okay.
Who's Mike?
No, that's my cousin.
Oh. What up, Mike?
We just cut a razor in half to take 12 inches out of it. For you now that you're joining. And in about a month and a half, we'll be racing it in Montana.
Broadview, Montana. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Broadview, Montana, other than possibly my dad. Probably the same as it is now as it was in 1976. But we're going to be in Broadview, Montana. We're going to have the, that's also going to be the inaugural trip for the Class A Bachman Motorhome.
Whoop, whoop.
You guys got to come see us if you're in Broadview, Montana. I'm sure Monster will have some free drinks for us there. Hopper will be making some bacon. Should be a good time.
All right. We are out of here. If you want to rewatch it, don't worry. We'll make it live, free to rewatch.
And thank you to all 16 people that watched this.
You are
That was
amazing.
great.
You're beautiful people.
I tell you that we're doing this for you, but we are not. We are totally doing this for ourselves.
I'm doing this for notoriety.
Yeah, thanks for putting up with us.
Yes, Mike, the motorhome will haul the razor. Unless he hauls the razor and I haul something else. Good night. Farewell.
God bless America.
Rocky Mountain.
Amen.